Hi everybody, I'm Stacy with Aloha Property Preservation, and today I want to introduce you to the wonderful world of alpacas. What are alpacas? Well, alpacas are in the camel and the llama family, so if you're familiar with those, then you'll have no problems understanding what an alpaca is because they look almost exactly like a llama. We here at Aloha Property Preservation are a landscaping company, and we use only alpaca beads as our fertilizer. Why? Because it is the best fertilizer you're going to use, and it is safe for our environment. We are very much about going green and protecting our crops as well as our water sources so that our children can have a healthy place to live. Now, is alpaca manure a good fertilizer? Well, it's often referred to as alpaca gold or black gold. Alpaca manure is lower in organic matter than other traditional manures and has a lot of value in the garden. Even with its lower organic content, alpaca manure is considered a rich soil conditioner. Alpaca fertilizer improves the soil quality and its ability to retain water. So if you live somewhere that has dry periods, this is great. Or if you're somebody that forgets to water your plants or your grass, this is perfect for you as well. It's also good for plants with a fair amount of nitrogen and potassium and about average levels of phosphorus. Nitrogen is very important to pay attention to. Many products that you buy at your local nurseries, Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace, places like that, they have a high release or a fast release nitrogen, which means yes, your grass is going to look green in 3 days. Yes, your plants are going to bloom in 3 days. And then guess what? You got to do it again. So you want a product that is slow release nitrogen because you don't have to use it as often, and your plant will benefit so much better, and your crops will be so much larger. Because alpaca manure contains relatively few parasites, there's virtually no E. coli. So when added to the lawns, like if you live in places like Arizona and Texas, when added to the lawns, it will loosen up clay soils and hard sandy soils, so it's very beneficial for you folks out there. Since alpaca manure is mostly found in pellet form, which I will show you here. Alpaca pellet form. There you go. It doesn't have the same components as other livestock feeders like cows and horses. It does not need to be aged or composted before use, and it is virtually odorless. You can spread it directly onto garden plants without burning them. Best of all, it does not contain any weed seeds, so there's no worry about plucking out sprouts from the garden and following the application as with some other types of manure. When using alpaca fertilizer, you can put it on top of the garden soil, then water it and wait and let the rain help soak it in. For those of you in colder climates, you can also spread the manure over snow-filled garden beds and allow it to soak into the soil as the snow melts. Either way, alpaca manure breaks down rather quickly and is a whole lot less work for you. When using alpaca fertilizer, you can use as much or as little. You can use it broken down or completely fresh. It doesn't matter. You will not burn your plants or your garden. You can also use it as a tea. This is what it looks like. Just real simple. Alpaca manure tea is another option for fertilizing garden plants or indoor plants. This is especially helpful for giving seedlings a very good jump start. It is easy to make tea from our tea bag kits. You simply drop one of our tea bags into a spray bottle like I showed you, your watering can, whatever you have, let it sit overnight, and then use the manure tea to water your plants. Spray it on, pour it directly on. It's also available, like I showed you, in the pre-brewed in a convenient spray bottle. Whether you add alpaca manure directly to the garden or use manure tea, your plants will thrive. In addition, the nearly odorless alpaca fertilizer, this is my favorite part, works as a natural pesticide. So keep those ants off your leaves. Keep those flies away from your plants that want to eat your leaves and your flowers. They don't like the odor. And the best part, it can deter deer from your yards. And we know where there's high contents of deer, guess what? They're tearing up your yard. Spread some of this around there, and they find the odor offensive, so they tend to stay away. I hope that this video was at least a little bit informational for you. We're going to have some more up there that shows you a little bit more in depth. Thank you. Follow us on Facebook, Going Green 1 Yard at a Time. And also here on YouTube, please subscribe. We thank you for your support. Have a good day.